All right, let's dive into one of the most mind-bending technologies out there right now, generative AI. We're going to break down what it is, how it actually works, and, why it feels like it's changing absolutely everything from medicine all the way to art. Let's jump right in. It all really boils down to this one simple question. Can a machine actually be creative? For decades, AI was fantastic at analyzing things, at sorting data. But creating something totally new, that always felt like science fiction. Well, not anymore. And look, this isn't just some far-off theory. This stuff is out in the wild right now doing incredible things. I'm talking about designing brand new medicines, composing music, writing complex code, and yeah, creating that stunning art you see everywhere from just a few words of text. The scope of what this can do is just wow. Okay, so what is this powerhouse of a technology? What are we really talking about here? Let's get right to the heart of it. So, at its core, generative AI is a type of AI that doesn't just chew on data or categorize it. It creates new stuff. Totally original content. It looks at enormous amounts of data, learns the deep patterns, the structures, the very essence of it, and then it uses that understanding to make something that has literally never existed before. Now, to really wrap your head around this, you've got to understand the fundamental difference between the two main flavors of AI. So think of it like this. Over on one side, you've got discriminative AI. Let's call it the judge. Its whole job is to make a call, to classify things. It looks at a photo and says, yep, that's a cat, or nope, that's a dog. It's learning the boundary between things. But then you've got generative AI, the creator. Its goal is totally different. It doesn't ask, what is this? It gets the command, create a brand new picture of a cat. To do that, it has to understand what makes a cat a cat. The ears, the whiskers, the whole deal. It's a whole different ballgame. So how in the world does it actually pull that off? Well, there are a few key technologies making it all happen, but let's look at the three big creative engines driving this revolution. First up, you have what are called variational autoencoders, or VAEs for short. The best way to think about a VAE is like an expert librarian. This librarian doesn't just shelve books. They've read every single one, and they understand the deep themes, the writing styles, the plot structures. And with all that knowledge, they can sit down and write a completely new book that feels like it belongs in that library. That's a VAE. Next, we have generative adversarial networks, GANs. And these are just fascinating. It's basically a high-stakes competition between an art forger and a detective. You have one AI, the generator, that's trying to create perfect fakes. And you have another AI, the discriminator, whose only job is to spot those fakes. They're locked in this constant battle, and with every single round, the forger gets better and better, until its creations are just indistinguishable from the real thing. And the secret sauce that makes this whole thing work is a brilliant idea from game theory called a minimax game. It sounds complex, but it's simple. The forger's goal is to minimize the chance it gets caught, while the detective wants to maximize its ability to catch the fake. It's this beautiful mathematical tug-of-war that pushes the AI to create unbelievably realistic results. And finally, there are diffusion models. These are the engines behind a lot of the incredible AI images you're seeing everywhere now. I like to think of them as digital sculptors. A diffusion model starts with just a block of pure random static, like a block of marble. Then, step by painstaking step, it carves away the noise, refining it over and over again until a sharp, detailed, and totally coherent image emerges from all that chaos. Okay, so we've got these incredible creation engines. But, with this kind of power, you get both amazing promise and some pretty serious peril. Let's take a look at how this is actually playing out. The upside here is just huge. We're talking about accelerating drug discovery in healthcare, powering massive simulations for climate science, creating personalized AI tutors that can adapt to exactly how each student learns, and in entertainment, building out entire virtual worlds for games. It's honestly a game changer across the board. But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? We have to ask the tough question. What are the dangers lurking just beneath the surface? Yeah, this stuff isn't perfect, not by a long shot. Because these models learn from our data, they can pick up our biases and even amplify them. Sometimes they get stuck in a creative rut. It's called mode collapse, where they just keep making the same kind of thing over and over. And of course, there's the big one, deep fakes. The ability to create convincing fake videos that can be used to spread all sorts of misinformation. It's a serious problem. So all of this brings us to the big picture, our generative future. Where are we all headed with this? If there's one key idea to take away from all this, it's this one. Generative AI is a fundamental shift. For all of history, our technology has been about analyzing the world we have. But for the first time, our tech has started to add to it. It's creating new art, new science, new ideas. That is the massive change we're all living through right now. Which really leaves us all with one final and I think vital question. This isn't just about what the technology can do anymore. It's really about us. As AI learns how to create, the real challenge and the real opportunity is deciding what we will choose to create with it.